John Osborne here. Let's do the FX Educational Outlook for July 13th, 2017. Let's start out by looking at the Euro Pound. You can see that the Euro Pound's pulled back a little bit. We're getting more and more cautious about being bullish on this one. In fact, with this bit of a head and shoulders pattern that we have here and the breakthrough this neckline here, then we are probably going to start to become a lot more bearish. I still am watching what's going on the weekly here. Kind of want to wait until we break through the weekly line or maybe through this resistance line here, although this is a pretty good head and shoulders pattern that's setting up here. The problem with it is our neckline is a little bit lopsided, and therefore where's our break point? Was it up here or is it down here at this neckline point? So anyways, we'll continue to watch this one a little bit further. For the Kiwi yen, that one's pulled back up again after having a couple of down days, and we remained bullish in this portfolio or in this market. Also, the Aussie yen moved up nicely, moving up towards that target that we have from this previous pivot high, which is at 88.144. And the US dollar yen, it's starting to move up a little bit more. It's not as moving as quickly. We were thinking about taking this one into the bearish portfolio, but it is hanging in there right on that support line. And for the euro US dollar, it's also broken through this support line here, so we might be looking for a little bit of weakness. Not surprising with this long wick that we're seeing here on the weekly. We are trying to break through previous pivots, etc. here. So let's see what happens with that. And the Aussie US dollar is continuing to move up towards that 0.77490 previous pivot. On the bearish side, we've got the dollar Swissy, and that is still waiting to break through this trend line that we have here. You can see we did break through it a little bit, but we pulled right back up again. So what I'd like to do is take our trend line and incorporate that new pivot and watch for a new break at this bar's low, probably around 0.96105, and that'll move up as time goes on. For the US dollar CAD bearish, you can see we have this big move on the break of this trend line here that we had on the 240. You can see that move here as well, and then we've just been consolidating a little bit since then. So it's going to figure out what it wants to do next on its way down to this 1.2478 50 bar weekly chart here, or that was a moving average. And then we have our little bit of a retest of broken support here on the daily for the pound loonie. Not surprising after that big move down, a little bit of move back up again. So we'll be watching for this one to continue heading lower with bearishness on the daily and the weekly. And that'll do it for today. Remember, you can subscribe by clicking on my image in the upper right, and you can look at previous videos by clicking on the video in the upper left. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.